How your kids treat you when they no longer need food and shelter is a direct reflection of how you made them feel when they needed you to survive.
Hey.
Agree or disagree? How your kids treat you when they no longer need food and shelter is a direct reflection of how you made them feel when they needed you to survive. I got that passage from an IG account called The Calm Mother, one word.
A very big and important part of the parenting lifestyle is understanding how you treat your kids now is probably going to be how they treat you when you're older. If you're lucky to live old enough, then one day you're going to depend on the same humans that depend on you now. So a lot of people expect their kids to take care of them. They expect their kids to be there for them. But they never taught their children how to be that kind of person because they was never that to their kids. They was the kind of parents that said stuff like, I put clothes on your back, I put food on the table. That's me doing my job. And then they feel crazy and they feel like they're being done wrong when their children treat them like that when they're in their old ages. But that's all they know how to do. That's literally what they've been taught to do by you. You never went outside your way. You never made any real sacrifices for them. You never spent any time. You never showed up to events. You never did those small things, created those memories that they can hold on to and that they can reciprocate back to you in old age. That's why I treat my kids good now. Because I don't want to be getting beat when I'm older. Because they didn't put me in somebody's nursing home or have somebody else come take care of me. Then hired somebody that don't even like taking care of people. They just there for the money. They don't even want to change my diaper. They don't even want to feed me. But my kids don't even care enough to check on me because I didn't check on them when they was kids. Hell no. That's parenting. That's a big part of the lifestyle. Understand that. I hope you do.
You, when they no longer need food and shelter, is a direct reflection.
Go back and watch the video. It's very interesting. But yes, how I treat my mother now is a direct reflection of how she treated me when I needed her when I was a kid. Having said that, how my children treat me now is a direct reflection of how I treated them when they were younger and needed me. This is very hard for parents to come to terms with.
Yep.
They don't. I think a lot of parents go, that's not true. This is where the disconnect comes. I loved my kids. I gave them everything. You gave them everything that you thought they needed. But did you give them everything that they needed from their perspective? And I know that I didn't do that all the time with my kids. I tried to. At times I really did try to, but I hadn't healed my trauma. And so anytime I was triggered, I wasn't able to be there for my kids. I wasn't able to be present for them. When things were going smoothly, I was good. I was there. I was present. But as soon as something triggered me, poof, I was in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. I was in survival mode and I could not be present for my kids. Couldn't. And so as my kids grew up and they started to distance themselves from me, I kind of went, what's going on here? What's happening here? And I looked at myself. And now that I'm looking back on my children's childhood, I'm recognizing some stuff that I really missed the mark on. And it's not up to my children to tell me where I missed the mark. A lot of parents will be like, well, my kids won't tell me what I did wrong. That's not their job. I was supposed to know what to do as a parent. I was supposed to know that stuff. That's why we shouldn't be having kids until we know this stuff and we've healed our trauma. God, I wish I would have knew that.
Yeah.
Agree or disagree? How your kids treat you when they no longer need food and shelter is a direct reflection of how you made them feel when they needed you to survive.
Absolutely. If you are a person that has gone no contact with a parent, I just want to say I am so proud of you. Because we live in this world where people who do not get it truly will never understand what it is like to not speak with a parent. They will never understand the justification for it. And that ignorance is an amazing privilege to have because not every child grew up in a household that was happy. Some people would have preferred to not live in a two-parent household. Your parents being married is not always a good thing. Having that experience of being in a household where a parent was very toxic, there may have been abuse, and where you are not comfortable being there. So when that unhappy child inside of you grew up and you chose to no longer walk on eggshells and to express yourself and live your life on your terms and to no longer be in contact with people who did not mean the best for you, that is amazing, and I applaud you for that.
Food and shelter is a direct reflection of how you made them feel when they needed you.
And this is why a lot of kids, when they get to an age where like they have like some type of like consistent job, they can find some roommates, they have like a significant other, they leave home and don't look back because we at the end of the day, like for like we a lot of us say this, we did not choose to be here. We didn't tell you to go make that mistake and have us way too young. We, you know what I'm saying? We didn't. It seems very like what's the word? It seems very like I guess mean spirited or just like not understanding. But at the same time, like as a child, like when you're being physically and mentally abused, when you're being treated like an object, treated as an accessory, not being very much unheard, being very much just gaslit and not listen like, and then you get to the point where like I don't need to have to succumb to this anymore. I don't need to be having to deal with this stuff anymore. I can go and live by myself. I can go experience the word for myself. I can go be surrounded with friends and and or other groups of other parts of the family or other my significant other and actually feel loved and feel heard and not to what I'm saying, like why would I stay? What's the point of staying? And like a lot of parents don't understand, they get very defensive. They like, and they think to themselves like, oh, since I put a roof over your head or I gave you food to eat and I gave you water to drink, basically I treated you like a pet. I treated you like a plant. I gave you like the 3 or 4 things you need to survive, to live day to day. But I didn't nurture you. I didn't care for you. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I understand it's very nuanced. It's not as easy as I'm making it seem. Of course, I definitely understand that. Like, especially nowadays, because like growing up as a kid nowadays, a lot of parents are barely home. They they have to go work multiple jobs. But like at the same time, from a child's mind, a kid's mind, they don't understand that. And even by the time they do understand it as a child, as they grow up and stuff like that, either maybe it might make them see you in a different way, see it in a different light, be a lot more understanding. But like that trauma is still there. They still gonna have to go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff it doesn't miraculously go away overnight. And some people might understand it and still not care. They'd be like, they might have their own kids now and be like, yeah, I'm going through the same stuff about having to work multiple jobs, da 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 da. But I'm still making time for my children. I'm still making time for my kids. I'm still treating them a certain way. I'm still making sure I treat them as a human being and not an object. So what was you know what I'm saying? So they might see it in that different light. But that is a very true statement. A very, very, very true statement. That's why a lot of people get, like, again, like a lot of parents get mad too when their kids be like, oh, when I grow up and da da da, I'm gonna throw you in a nursery home, or throw you in a retirement home, and they be getting mad. God, I did so much for you, but it's like, again, like I said before, bro, treating your child like a plant, like a pet, just giving them the 4 basic stuff that you have to give them unless you're gonna go to jail, be taken away by CPS and things like that. It's not a flex.
Agree or disagree? How your kids treat you when they know.
This is very important, and I don't think enough people talk about it. Do you feel like the way your kids treat you are a reflection of how you treat them? Yes or no? I 100% agree. I'm speaking from my personal experience. If you do not have a solid foundation, your empire will crumble. Mm-hmm. I have 3 children, 14, 10, and 5, and I do nothing more but be a mom. It's like my only goal. Everything else is extra because, hold on. They need me to survive. They need my guidance. They need my love. They need my nurturing. They need me. They need all of me, just not a little piece of me. And they do not need the hurt and broken part of me. So it was my job to heal as a person and as a mother. Mm-hmm. And coming from someone who grew up with no parents, that was hard. At first, it was hard because there was no guidance. All I knew was what I seen and what I had been taught. But I also knew that I didn't like that. So I did something different. And I'm still healing, like, don't get it Don't get it up. I'm still on my healing journey. It's just amazing that I get to take my kids on my journey with me, and none of us have to heal by ourselves. It's important to have conversations with your children. It's important to know their mental. It's important to know how they feel when they wake up in the morning, and it's also important to know what kind of mind state they in before they go to sleep. Being a parent is so much more than just feeding, housing, and clothing.
I agree.
Like, man, that's not enough. Because when you get older, like they need you to survive right now, you have to realize, if you make it that old, you're going to need somebody help to survive also. And we're not talking about just like a partner. We're talking about your children. You're going to need, just like they needed they butts wiped at a point in time, you may be in that situation where you need that too. The last thing you want to do is get to that old age and realize that you have nobody, because you never did the work. You kept ignoring when they will try to talk to you and try to tell you how you could be better and what you didn't do. You didn't want to hear that. It was just, I did everything that I could do, and I gave you everything, and I made sure that you ate and had clothes, and you never asked me how I felt. Oop. How my day was. You knew I was hungry, so I just had to eat whatever you felt like giving me. Like, it was never could have an opinion. Ooh. Oh my God. Hell would freeze if you was to have an opinion. And it's just sad that nobody ever like gave them the fundamentals that they needed. Because a lot of these older folks are just doing what their parents did to them. Was house them, feed them, clothe them. Mm-hmm. That was love to them. Yep. And for us millennials, that's just not good enough anymore. We need more. We deserve more. And yeah, I am in the business of breaking all of my generational curses. Mm-hmm. And it kind of sucks because my mom isn't here. She died in 2017, but to give a little backstory on that, my mom was a chronic alcoholic, heroin and crack cocaine addict. So mentally, she was never there. Like, physically, she was never there. So it kind of sucks that, well, I guess it really don't suck because, well, I guess, I don't know. When I think about that, it's just kind of like, But I really just say all of this to say, because I feel like I'm all over the place. I should have like wrote my thoughts down before I got on here and started rambling. I really just say all of this to say, heal yourself. Young people, older people, whoever looking at this, heal yourself so you could be a better person. Yep. And you can grow to be a better person. You could be a better person for the people that's around you. 100. Because you never know who you may need. And it's one thing about them tables, baby, they turn. You would be thinking 1 minute like, oh, I'd never be in that situation, you know, and then you be in that situation. So, and I'm actually in this situation with my grandmother right now, and it's so hard to be there for her. Like, I know I love her, and I know that she loves me, but she missed it. And at her old age, I don't think she's even trying to get it. So, yeah. Like, how do you expect for me? I'm not even going to say expect for me to be there, because she doesn't expect for me to be there like no one else is. I'm just here. When you know that you wasn't there for me. I was living my life with somebody else. You did what was best for you. Mm-hmm. And now you need help. Ain't that something? So heal yourself. Whatever hurt, anger, madness, which is all really the same thing. The anger and the madness is only stemming from the hurt. Let the anger and the madness go and focus just on why you feel hurt. I don't care how far back in time you have to go, baby. Go. So you have to start. You have to start the process. And it's not going to be an easy process, but it's going to be a process that'll be so worth it. So, so worth it. It's going to make you a better person, and it's going to make everybody around you feel better. Because now you're just dripping love. And I drip love. So when it comes to her, I'll be like, why don't I want to love you? And it makes sense because, girl, you didn't make me feel like you loved me. Okay, we could start there. We ain't gonna start there, but yeah, you know. So love yourself. You deserve to be a better person. You deserve to let that hurt and that anger go. Love yourself so you can love people properly.
Exactly.
Peace and blessings, guys. And not too much on my nails. I know I need to redo them. Bye, y'all.
Love her. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we are allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way, so feel free to share your opinion, okay? Love to know what you think. But yeah, and let me know if you agree with the statement that children that no longer need food and shelter from you treat you the way you treat them, where they need survivors. And apparently, children need you to survive when they were young and they have nothing to their name, and they will treat you the same way when they have their own thing and can be on their own 2 feet. So let me know your own thought down in the comment section if you agree or disagree. For me, I totally agree with it, and I feel like it's a working process if it's the other way around, that the children don't treat you the way you treated them when they were much younger. I was that child, like I was that person, but thank God we're on the healing journey. We're loving ourselves. We've unpacked a lot of trauma. I agree with the first Gen X mom that spoke in the beginning. A lot of parents don't want to, especially the Gen X mom, they don't want to admit what they've done. And the Blue parent, not just coming for them, some millennials are that way too. They don't want to own up to the role and what harm they've done. Like, they dismiss the emotional trauma that they inflicted on their children, even though we know that they were going through their own trauma because they didn't heal from their own trauma. That's why they inflicted trauma on us, and the cycle just keep continue like always. In my own case, I really want to myself and my mom relationship is in a place of work in progress. We're in a beautiful place. But my relationship with my dad, I'm in no contact with my dad. I've said this before, yeah. I'm in no contact with my dad, and I clearly get where this statement is coming from. Children treat you exactly the same way because one thing my father did was to control people in his life with his money, and that's providing food and shelter, definitely. And a lot of myself, my siblings, put up with a whole lot of mental and emotional abuse because we didn't have anywhere to go, and we put up with that, and he had the money to take care of us. So we just and a whole lot of us now that are able to, now we're adults, we're hustling our hustle, we don't care. Literally, I can clearly say that I am not the only, yes, I think I'm the only child so far that has verbally looked him in the face and told him that I don't want anything to do with you. I'm done with you. The other ones, they didn't say it, but their action said it. They can go months without talking to him, and it's fine. Myself and my mom's relationship will probably be like that because my mom was the toughest to me. But because we've have the conversation and unpack a whole lot of trauma, and I kind of understand where she's coming from because she has her own trauma and she inflicted a whole lot of trauma on me, which I'm still working on, and that has made me the person I am today. And I still have a whole lot of trauma I'm still healing. It's a journey in progress. I don't think it's ever going to end, but I feel like for a very long time in my life, I could not stand my mom. And I am the way I am today because I so want to prove my mom wrong and be a total opposite of what my mom is. I was that person. My mom is a very reactive person, and I still got that from her, but I am a very logical person in my reaction, even though sometimes I can go off it. But I have unpacked so much, and we're in a better place. But I feel like if we did not make that healing, I feel like my mom will also be one person too I will have gone no contact with. But because we're in a very beautiful place where we talk, and she doesn't try to shut me down now. And that's something she did a whole lot earlier in our healing journey. When I bring something up, she wants to shut it down. She does not want to listen. She'll like no try to defend the actions. I think that, but now she listens. My mom listens so much. Like she watches. She's one person that I know. She watches. Immediately this video is going up, she's watching the video. And I know somebody said something. One of my video I was talking about. My mom said, if she was not watching, will you say these things about her? Will you make her to look in a good light? My mom is not even comfortable me sharing my story and talking about my relationship with her, my relationship with my dad. She's not comfortable with it. So my mom knows that I am that child. I'm going to say what I want to say. Nobody can move what I want to say. I will speak my truth. She knows it. And this is why I said our relationship are so healed in a good place that she does not try to control it, even though she does not agree to it, even though she does not like it. She will not try to like make me stop or that. She will give her opinion like, that thing you said was too much, or you wouldn't have brought me into that topic. Or she will say her piece, which I will respect it, but it is my truth, it is my story, and I will do what I did feel comfortable doing and sharing. So it's not because my mom is watching that's why I'll paint her in a good light. She knows our relationship, how messed up it was before, and now we are in a better place. So I really give that to her. She has done the work. She's doing the work. She listens. Especially when I remember when I had the conversation of mental health with my mom the first time. At first she was like, da, 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 da. And when I broke everything down, she was like, I get it. Do we still fight? Of course, yes. I don't think myself and my mom will ever stop fighting, but we'll fight in a more beautiful way. And I love her, and it is what it is. But I totally agree with that statement saying that the way you treat your children when they need food and shelter, when they need you to survive, is the same way they will treat you when they don't need those things from you. I totally agree, especially when there is no healing process in it. And that is why I always preach here on this channel that let's go do the work, let's go do the healing so that we can be a better person, so that we can be open for conversation, especially to the children we've hurt. Okay? Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we are allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts. With that all said, share this video with somebody that you want to be part of this amazing conversation down in the comment section, because, hey, that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see and more people to join in the conversation. So go ahead, do all those beautiful stuff. Okay, give it a thumbs up, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. With that all said, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.